South Africa and its sunny skies recently hosted the 2016 Sasol Solar Challenge. The event saw some of the top international and local teams tackling a grueling multi-day route in their solar-powered vehicles. Teams aim to rack up as many kilometers as possible in their quest for victory, but first, the high-tech vehicles had to endure a tough scrutineering session at Swartkops Raceway.
We started the Sasol Solar Challenge in 2008 and we run every 2 years. This is only a South African event, however we've got associate members and people that we work with from all over the world. So what we're part of what's called the International Solar Car Federation, so the teams can move from event to event and compete, and thus giving us that sort of world championship status, if you want to call it that.
The scrutineering process subjects the solar cars to some vigorous weight, strength and roadworthiness tests. This year, only 11 of the 14 teams passed the evaluation, leaving the remaining South African and international teams to duke it out. With the exception of 2 high school entries from Maragon and the German school Johannesburg respectively, all solar cars are built and designed by university students.
I think all the South African cars are great. They really put a lot of effort into it. We've got teams like UJ, which has got quite a novel vehicle. We've got teams like TUT that have really put in a lot of effort this year. The top South African team would be Northwest University. Mainly they've competed last year in the World Solar Challenge in Australia, and they finished 11th in that event, which is really respectable.
The Northwest University got off to a rocky start when the team's solar car was flipped by a strong gust of wind during tests. This caused some damage to the body of the car and much more to the painfully costly solar panels. Competing teams helped repair the Sirius X25, offering new solar panels and other materials to repair the four-wheeler.
We've been using the Sirius X25 twice before, and this is the third time that we're using the car, and we're basically using the same chassis and just improving the electronics and the control systems. We are at the moment the best ranked South African team. We travel about 75-80 kilometers an hour as our most economical speed. With good sun like this that we have today, we can do that the whole day. The top 2 teams that we have here are the current world champions and the previous world champions.
Former solar world champions Tokai from Japan were determined to claim back the title from defending Dutch champions Nuon.
We're really excited to defend our title, and there's some strong competitors in here, so it's going to be a tough race, but we're looking forward to it. This is actually our 8th solar car, so that's why she's called Nuna 8. And we put an S behind it because we've also raced with this car in Australia in 2015. And Nuna's got a lot of competitors, especially the Japanese and also from Hungary. They've got really nice cars, and we're excited to race against them.
The Sasol Solar Challenge took place over 8 days, starting in Pretoria and ending in Cape Town. Teams travelled along normal public roads, stopping in various towns and cities along the way. Teams could cover more distance by completing optional loops that were added to their ultimate total distance at the end of the challenge. Regular checkpoints en route came in handy for minor maintenance and for driver changes after each loop, while onlookers marvelled at the innovation and tech of the cars driving through their towns. The top teams could accumulate almost 700 kilometers on sunny days, but much less if the weather was overcast. Strong winds and cloudy weather as they neared the Western Cape meant that strategy also played an important role. Using self-designed weather boxes to predict cloudy days, some teams then kept some charge in reserve on sunny days to help them remain mobile when the clouds rolled in. Each solar car followed the team's lead car, with a support vehicle providing roadside assistance and repairs if needed. All teams needed to be parked at each day's final stop by 4:30 to avoid a penalty. Remember, this is not a competition of who finishes first, but who covers the most distance overall. Northwest University broke the record for the most distance covered by a South African team on the first day, despite their car's relatively modest price tag, compared to international teams who spent up to 67 million rand. The route included stops in Sasolburg, Kroonstad, Colesberg, Gariep Dam, Port Elizabeth and George before finishing in Cape Town. After a long and challenging 8 days, teams finally reached Cape Town's V&A waterfront, with the Netherlands' Nuno 8S coming in first, followed by the Turkey Challenger and Megalux from Hungary in third. Despite their early mishap, Northwest University still emerged as South Africa's best by finishing fourth.